is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Gilberto Sanchez set to kick off.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman, Norm Van Brocklin, right? You got to go all the way back to 1951. And he threw for 554 yards in that game. And later, won a championship as a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in 1960.
And now that record has been set anew. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And all the way down to the 39. A huge play there right off the bat. 41 yards.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. But I think a Texan player was able to get his hands on it, and they will indeed hold on to the ball and the possession. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he gets it down to the 32. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Makes the score Texans 3, Panthers nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's going to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 yards and a Panther first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level,
he's got it for a Panther touchdown.
To number 18.
A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Panthers 8, Texans 3.
And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Brought down back.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
3rd down and 16.
3rd and long for Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Simmons. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Off the play fake. Knight. Throw left side complete. That's Townsend. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a 3rd to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
Looking to throw. Knight. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Off play action. Knight escaping the pressure right. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And now out comes Houston. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way...
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
After the sack on 1st down, Prescott. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 2nd down, Prescott again. Oh, Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Panthers. The 40, past the 20, 10, and he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Houston set to take over. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
22, Texans 3.
Throwing on 2nd down. Prescott. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Off the play fake. Knight. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Knight. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Townsend. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there for the Panthers. 41 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. That time a 6-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I'm going to tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Dak Prescott sacked.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks under pressure again, and down he goes again. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there.
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
First and goal.
That goes for a gain of 31. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
Is good.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Taken down back at the 20.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now the second down throw on target. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The reception, and he can't escape, and down he goes.
By Patrick Queen.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And take it right at the 35. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing to start the drive. Knight. Smith catches left side. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throw left side complete. It's Smith. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. He'll rifle this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Final play of the half. Prescott throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we come upon an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Texans 3.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will make it into the end zone.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
1st down, Carolina.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control.
For the extra point.
And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Prescott sacked.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Patrick Queen in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. To try again after the sack. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to...
In trouble, and he's taken down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Townsend. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Now they try the right side here. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. As his guys continue to pour it on. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call.
Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Deion Jones coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Prescott now. Patrick Queen. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Off the play fake. Knight. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown.
A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. On the draw, here's Sanders. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch 15. Watch 15. Back 15.
Prescott to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Patrick Queen, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
At their own 20.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Now a handoff looking right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now a first down throw complete downfield. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Duvernay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
I got 15. Oh, you got deep? Right, fellas, right. Let's go. Hey, Mike's 15. Mike's 15.
First down, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
And the drive starts with a completion left side and inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Now Prescott. Samuel bringing in the slant. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 6 yards away. And the Texans claw one back.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, Bud. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Knight. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And their first down.
Right back to him on first down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 4.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Throw left side complete. It's Stevens. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try to run this one in, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. Left side here to Sanders. On a man down, and it's Sanders. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Throwing, Prescott. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Prescott. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Uh-oh. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And again, it's Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off near the 34. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see it.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Patrick Queen in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. One last shot now for Prescott. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.